All right, we are back.
Yeah, it works.
We're back. We're in both ears. Good. All right, one moment. All right. If all the kids at UVA are going to be sweating over this game, so shall I. We're turning off the fan.
No deodorant, no showering.
So right now we're just waiting on this draft to get started. And looks like we have Real Strokers of America versus PlayAroundTop. So I better darn well see, for once in this tournament, a strong side top. All right. We are now. Ugh. And we have a draft set up. Ugh. Do we have any expectations on this draft? Actually, I should stream it in here.
Yeah, we got a completely new season, new patches, and the meta's very much shifted. So a lot of things are kind of like went from good to shit, and then some of them went from okay to good.
Very true. And there's also just, the UVA LCS effect. The thing that trumps, even more than meta, is what players actually play. Though I did happen to see that Latios was on our resident Zanmeister was on the Amumu in a game just before this started. I have heard that Amumu nerfs are on the way though, so but they're not here yet, so that could be a very strong pick. Could be pretty likely to get banned. We have definitely seen some strong Amumus in the tournament already. Instant Hecarim ban out of the real strokers. And an instant Amumu ban out of PlayAroundTop. We're definitely seeing a strong contention around the jungle already. After all, Zan is, I believe he's the second highest rated jungler main in the league right now. Crazy.
I mean, to be fair, not many people want to play jungle.
Very true.
It is a priority role.
So we see Seraphine and York coming out from Strokers bands, Silas and Lulu coming out from PlayAroundTop's bands. Very interesting, since I think those last two Stroker bands are more of what you would ban against Adriel. Not sure if I know of any Seraphine players on the other team. We see a first pick Jinx. Definitely not playing around their top side in this draft. Meanwhile, a return with the Wukong. That could be, it could be top, but it could also be jungle, especially if they're going to be playing around top. I feel like a jungle Wukong is a bit more interesting in that in a player on top capacity. And then we see a Lucian. Honestly, I would love it if this were a support Wukong. Actually, wouldn't go poorly with the Lucian, since the Wukong does bring armor shred. And between a Wukong and a Lucian, there'd be a lot of damage in that bottom lane. But we see a Rise pickup, already seeing the mid. Unless that's a top Rise, I have no idea. And Kha'Zix for Zan, and it's a Lucian Nami for PlayAroundTop. So that's a very strong bottom lane who don't need no man. So very resilient to anything that pretty resilient to any ganks. Very strong into pretty much any lane, especially a Jinx lane. So even if they play around top, it's not like their bottom side is going to be in much danger or pressure even.
We do see the brand being banned.
That's a very interesting ban.
I wouldn't really see a brand support coupled with a Jinx well.
Right, I'm really, maybe they think the Rise is top and they were making a mid ban. I don't see it being for jungle since they already have Kha'Zix. So, and they ban Cassante. And also a Vladimir ban. Vladimir actually just got nerfed in 14.19. So potentially not as much of a dominating threat as he used to be, but still a very good pick to take away from that top lane. Meanwhile, Cassante, with the recent bit of a rework, I'd say it's a bit more of like a stat and mechanic shuffle. Oh, that's a rework. And a set ban. So definitely targeting this top lane with the bans with the real strokers. That brand still has me scratching my head, though. We see a Nocturne, so this is going to be a Wukong top. Unless somehow it's Wukong mid. We're seeing a lot of physical damage on this team. Though the mid pick is still open, so that is still a chance to get a good AP carry-in.
Let's see if they pick a engage support. Garen.
We have a Garen. No, we have a Malphite.
Alf.
It is in fact a Malphite. I would say into a team that wants to play around top, that is a very good. That is a pretty decent pick. Malphite also being, and we do see the
There's an
engage
Alf.
support in a Nautilus. I do feel like we're seeing a bit more pick potential on red side, while actually no, I think both of these teams have quite a bit of pick potential. With a little spring, I saw Yumi being hovered, and
There's the AFP champion
yeah,
we've
we
been
got
waiting
Syndra.
for.
Yep. So insane amounts of pick potential from this red side. Just between bubbles and Nocturne ults and Wukong jumps and Syndra ults. Yet still, I'd say both of these teams have quite a bit of team fight. I'd say there's a bit more team fight and a bit more team fight on blue side, a bit more team fight on red side, but both of them have these mixes of the two, for sure.
Definitely. If the red side can basically like walk around the Malphite Nautilus, everyone in the back is basically dead.
Pretty much. Definitely not an easy game for this Jinx to live through. But we're going to have to just see how they play it out. Zan has said that he'll be right back with his team captain Murine saying that he's pissing. So it's going to
Good
be a
old
bit
pause
longer.
hack.
Yep, a bit longer before we actually get into game. It is also interesting that I would say there's a decent bit more disengage on this red side. Syndra pushback, Nami ult and bubble, Lucian dash, Wukong, invis. Quite a few ways to avoid a bad situation. Whereas the only real escapes for blue side, well, I guess Malphite ult is an escape. No, you don't prefer to use it that way. There is the Rise ult, if that can work out, and the Kha'Zix can get out. But the rest of this team is going to have a hard time getting away from any sort of pick that this red team tries to put together. Yeah, that brand ban is definitely the most confusing ban of the tournament. Or at least of this draft, I should say. Oh, we've gotten ours from both sides. So as soon as Zan press start, there we go.
And then we have to wait 3 minutes.
Yep.
So
Oh, we have to wait even longer. We have to wait for this draft to go through. and they are being good little gamers and banning out their actual bans. Good job. Except the Silas has been replaced by an Annie. So this might just be now a Yumi instead of Lulu. They had me going there for a second. I'd have to agree. If the Silas weren't banned, there would definitely be several great ults to pick up for a Silas.
Absolutely. Malphite ult? Imagine just having a better Malphite ult than Malphite himself.
Oh, I was talking about if Blue Side could have picked up the Silas. Silas with Nocturnal, Silas with Nami ult, Silas with Lucian ult, or even Wukong ult, or just Syndra ult. Jacer, could you take care of that? We've just got a little buddy in the chat. Hmm. So, invades or 5 points?
I really think the red team should just engage. I think they should invade bottom red.
Interesting. I was thinking that blue side should invade. After all, they have some great tools to do so between Nautilus Hook, Malphite Q, and even Kha'Zix Q, uh, really just shredding people even at level 1. But
What
there is a.
Drakes are you looking for?
What am I looking for?
Yeah, what type of souls?
Ooh. I don't usually think of dragons this often. Let's see. I think both of these teams want to see Fire Drakes. I think both of them want Infernal.
I think Infernal is definitely very popular.
um, Although both teams also probably wouldn't actually mind Windrakes. Uh, that soul providing it still provides ultimate CDR, right?
I think
Yeah, so I think both of these teams could make very good use out of ultimate CDR, especially on the Malphite Nautilus and Rise, as well as the Nocturne, Wukong, Syndra, Lucian, just the entire red side. Would love to be able to fight more often.
was definitely thinking about Mountain Drake, possibly for blue side. Definitely Malphite just becoming infinitely tanky. He kind of becomes unstoppable against three of the people in red. And then like at least any time that Jinx doesn't die is a problem.
Very true. This blue side team is definitely a lot more durable with a much higher throughput carry. Um, in terms of the Jinx and pretty much in terms of the Rise as well. While this red side team is a lot more burst focused. It definitely could be dangerous if this game takes too long and that blue team gets too hard to kill.
You
But then
need to
again,
change your stream on Discord.
oh yes, absolutely. So we are actually seeing 5 points out of both sides, although a little bit of mispositioning on this blue side. And I believe that's a little bit of free gold for this. Oh, nope. Apparently it's not ready yet. Oh, they weren't near any allied champions, that's why. Gotcha. We see a bit of dancing in this bottom tri-bush.
Yeah, and we also have a blue ward by Chicken.
Oh, yep. We have 2 red wards in bottom river and 1 blue ward by chickens. We will have to see whether or not that blue ward stays up long enough to catch Zan on the Raptors. Although if it doesn't, then that means they just know that he's on the bottom side. This Wukong already down some health, but up a level. Didn't really get to make too much use of it. He's pushing this in really early. Just get a ward down, though. Looking at this bottom lane, I am surprised this Jinx isn't getting a bit more abused. Especially now that there's level 2 on the Lucian.
Definitely. The Nautilus is standing way too far back to
Yeah,
actually be able to do anything. I feel like the Lucian Nami can definitely poke way more.
right. I feel like there's definitely a bit of misplaying happening in this bottom lane. But you can't always expect the best things when you're in the UVA LCS. Especially not from me. In the mid lane, we actually see already a quite chunked Syndra taking a lot of harass from this Rise. Getting a little bit of return, but taking a lot more for it. Almost dying. Oh, minions? Nope. Oh,
Oh,
the
flash!
flash. And flashback. Rise takes a tower shot, but this is still a very dangerous position for the Syndra, who is going to have to back now. Looks like Nocturne did look around top, but this Wukong is just not healthy enough and has had to... is a bit now behind the level on this Malphite. Definitely
Looks like we have an engage in the bot lane.
Oh yeah, there we do. And Kha'Zix is coming in as well. They've used heal.
Here goes the
Down
bear.
Lucian. No mana on this Nami to do anything. One more CC and she could be down. Oh, And there it goes. Just one more Q with the isolation damage. So I can definitely say that Jinx, Nautilus First Blood into Tsunami was not on my bingo card. At some point, this Malphite flashed. I think while we were looking top, Nautilus comes in, or Nocturne comes in around behind this Malphite. The fear pushing him back towards the Wukong. A lot of damage. Oh, they both flash, but Zan is not able to get in that last auto. Malphite does get away. So it is good that we're seeing action from both of our junglers here, but it would have been better if that could have been a kill, or if Zan just hadn't used his flash there. Of course, we're just seeing top lane be a bit more of ping pong. Oh, there's a
Oh,
pause. Zan is lagging. No, it's not Zan who's lagging. It's the support who's lagging. Oh wait, you're right. I saw Nocturne and thought it was Zan. So Zan actually being very successful here with the Kha'Zix gank bot lane, which had already started with a engage from the Nautilus.
yeah, Zan had the vision. He knew where the Nocturne was.
And that's also true. Oh, I tried to type something in the chat. Sadly, spectator. Oh yeah, we're 3 minutes behind anyway. At least we get to see the all chat.
Yeah, so we do have Infernal Drake as our first one.
Mmm.
No Infernal Soul, but really any team that can get this one is pretty beneficial.
And we do see currently Zan clearing his bottom side, and Shrekler here on his Gromp. There's probably going to be a fight over this Infernal Drake. Though after that last team fight, or after that last gank in bot lane, it's hard to say for sure that that's going to go in Red's favor. Even though they should have the stronger bot side.
A summoner has reconnected.
Alright, Neutrophil has reconnected. So we should be seeing this game on pause here soon. The legend in the chat saying, "Heyo, happy B-Day, Nick."
Thank you, Little Legend. Hopefully the game starts back up again soon.
Yep, looks like an ask for R has been sent, and as soon as we see a red R, we will be this game should be unpausing. Apparently, Zan going 2-0 with Animar at an EDH game last night. And we're back in the game. Seeing a bit of a slap fight going on here. Malphite definitely coming out a bit ahead of that. But we don't care about that right now. We want to see this action. Red side has already started the dragon. Blue side has Prio, though this Rise doesn't have a whole bunch of mana. Zan is still in the middle of his Krugs. It looks like blue side either doesn't know this is happening. I mean, they have been missing pinging the bot lane, but it's too late. Red side has already taken the first dragon of the game, and they managed to clear out the tri-ward, but even more vision getting placed down. Not much for Zan to do on this bottom side. So much for a team called PlayAroundTop. Instead, they seem to have a lot of vision around this bottom side. Though the control ward does go down. Oh, wait.
Like Zan's going to contest the grubs.
That is the case. We also missed a kill onto the Wukong. A solo bolo on this from this Malphite. Zan is doing these grubs while Nocturne is ganking the Wukong. No, ganking the Malphite. Malphite goes down, but Zan's just going to keep doing these grubs. But coming down the river is Nocturne. He can get out, but... And he does smite steal another grub, so that's 2 grubs to blue side and 1 to the red side. Oh. This Wukong definitely looking to harass Zan here. But he seems to have given up on that idea. It is very difficult to fight a Kha'Zix in the middle of no man's land. Oh, there is a gank onto the Syndra. There is also the counter gank, but it might not matter. Oh, the Kha'Zix invis saves him for a while. And the Nocturne goes down to this Rise. So far, very dominant game from this blue side. And we're seeing one very poor monkey being harassed underneath his tower by this Malphite. Oh, and just dead. Just walks up, Q, ult, slam, E. Maybe even an auto attack reset with the W. Just dead. The Nocturne is going to try to cover for this. But with a Q from the Malphite, there's not much more he can do than that. We see Zan looking at this bottom lane again. Though it's going to be a while before Jinx can arrive. But Zan's going for it. There is a Jinx ult, but it misses. The hook through the wave, and they catch the Nami. And as they're pinging out, that is Nami's healed down. Oh, this Nocturne's walking into a dangerous position. Oh, but he doesn't realize that he's also... That Zan doesn't realize that he's the one being walked into. He is still looking around here. And he does get the Nocturne and escapes. Oh, it's looking a bit dangerous for this Nami again. That's going to be the blue buff to Zan's Kha'Zix. And another kill his way. Almost got the return kill at the ult, but just not enough orbs placed beforehand.
Both top laners
Oh,
are super
top
low.
lane is it's another kill for this Malphite. For a team called PlayAroundTop, this top is not one to play around. Does not look like this red bot lane would want to stick around, but it doesn't seem like they're going to have the chance to leave unless that back actually went through. Both bot sides are here with a posture to look for this dragon. This time, blue side is making sure to clear the wards and look at this properly.
It's like Syndra's gonna go help the Wukong in the top lane.
Oh, so
Oh,
it
but Malphite
is.
flashes
The
out.
Malphite does get out.
Not flash, ults out. And
Yep.
flash, I guess.
Yeah, has to use both. And it does only just barely get out alive. Blue does take that dragon. And this is it's almost a kill a minute right now. With objectives going
Okay,
down.
now it's
almost
a
on
kill a
time.
minute.
Yes, now it is in fact a kill a minute.
We have the Grubs part 2 up.
Yep, and we do see
This side has really good prio on it right now.
they have good mid prio, but actually top prio is in Red's favor at the moment. Though this Malphite's back, and that's not going to be the case anymore. So definitely a very strong blue top side. They should be, and with Nocturne just going back, this is free grubs.
Yeah, 5 Grubs on a Jinx. Not really something you're looking for.
That will be devastating for these towers, which mid tower is almost gone already. There's still 2 plates left on this top tower. And I'm just not sure quite where there's a 6k 6.5k gold lead for blue side right now. I'm not sure where red is going to find their chance to get back in this game. Let's see. Currently, the next objective would be Herald, but both junglers are bot side. I'm not sure if they actually get to see the Nocturne with that ward. But they did just clean up that bush. They do not know this Kha'Zix is here.
Looks like Blue's going for the mid tower tier 1.
Oh, yes, they are.
Syndra's giving it up.
Yeah, she doesn't really have much choice to fight against that. And in fact, they're not going to go for it, but there was an angle to go over that Syndra under tower. Which, honestly, with how ahead they are, they do not need to take that. Finally, some damage going on this top blue tower, but with Malphite back, Wukong just has to back off. Oh, we almost see Nocturne die to the Kha'Zix. He might still. He does not. But Kha'Zix is very quickly turning this red side jungle into blue side jungle. While this Wukong is being pushed under his own tower. With Zan here looking. And that's just that easy. Oh, we do see a bit of action. This red side's looking to be a little bit of a dominant. Oh, but Rai shows up with the TP. Can they get either of these kills? They do get the Jinx. Oh, there is the backup from red side, though. Can they get this Rise? Doesn't look like they're going to try too hard for it. And it seems to be a good idea. They didn't quite have the right setup on him. And now he's very much in a position to kill either one of them.
Yeah, this Rise is absolutely tanky right now.
Yeah, we're looking at a Rise with a Rod of Ages and a Tear. And a fully stacked, what's this thing called again? Dark Seal. We do see action in the top lane. Beginning to present itself. These maniacs looking to cause some trouble. Oh, but they... Kha'Zix on the Wukong, 2 levels up on this top laner as the jungler. But Kha'Zix goes down, giving a big shutdown to this Lucian, who might just be getting another shutdown. If they can catch out this this Malphite. But it looks like that Q is going to give him the space he needs to get away.
All this is preventing Schreckler from getting the Drake right now. This gives it hopefully enough time for Zan to get back up.
Yeah, and this Schreckler is going to be backing off. But it also looks like Malphite and Rise have caught out in this Nami. Blue side is getting the bottom scuttle. And it looks like they are, in fact, going to start this dragon. However, Syndra is on the way with Wukong coming down the bottom lane. He might not be able to make it there in time, though. This is a lot of damage onto this dragon, and it looks like they both did not follow through. They went back to their lanes and just let the dragon happen. So it does look like it's going to be Chemsoul this game, I think. Isn't it Chemsoul,
yeah.
Or is it? Okay, yeah. So Chemsoul, another one that's good for this very tanky comp. If I remember what Chemsoul does correctly. Wukong goes down, fought by 4, but then the they do get the Malphite in topside. And we're having a bit of a tower exchange, but it's a T1 tower for a tier 2. And honestly, with this Herald, this could turn into a tier 3. I don't think they have the time to be taking other towers right now. There's nothing so valuable on the map as those. And that's an exposed inhibitor at 19 minutes. They're backing off from it very good. Way too early to go taking an inhib. But they are going to go take more towers. This is going to be the last tier 2. Blue side now has complete control of this map. A Namiel does knock up the Nautilus. There's a bit of a fight going on. But it's, despite being a 3v4, it is the red side that's going to be the one taking the loss. Before that skirmish ends. As the Syndra goes down. Most of this red side jungle is already down, so Zan is going back to clear his own top side. Or just go back after picking up blue. And we're seeing Baron spawn. With Nautilus backing on top of it. But they are currently all headed that way. So this could turn into a 21-minute Baron. looks like that's not quite going to be the case. Zan's going to try to get this red buff, and the Nocturne, I think, saw it, but he just let it happen. He is in no position to contest this Kha'Zix from Zan.
Absolutely. Dan has opportunity right now and will absolutely one-shot any squishy person.
But he overextends a bit and does go down to the Lucian again.
Sun 3 levels up on the jungler, but 1v3 is not a position you want to be in as Kha'Zix.
Looks like the Ryzen and
Absolutely.
Malphite are taking bot inhib.
Indeed they are. This is going to become a 2v3. But we also see the Nautilus and the Jinx coming along. Ryze did get quite a bit low, but it does look like blue side will be able to escape from that situation.
Ryze Roa
With-
finishes off at
with-
21 minutes.
That is pretty darn fast.
There might be a pick on the Nautilus here, but there's a
might
Blast
be.
Moon.
Yeah, he does get out from that, and they are going to clear out some of this vision from the red side jungle. It's definitely a bit of a position for this Baron. But red side is definitely not on the tempo to contest. And that
The
will
Jinx
be
and Kha'Zix are absolutely shredding
yep,
the Baron.
that is a
And
22
Ryze is
minute
level
Baron.
16 now.
Yep.
Looks like Ryze is solo killing the Nocturne. 4 levels up.
Yes, he is. And
Baron.
there's also something going on up here. The red bottom side will be coming up to... they don't quite.
Ryze so far ahead, just able to 1v2.
Rise double kills, while the rest of his team is messing around topside. And gets a kill of their own. This Rise completely unafraid to push this tower against the bottom lane. And he does kill the
Oh
Lucian.
my.
Will he survive? He doesn't, but Zan's here to look at something, but will he get it? Yes, he will. Oh, oh, the last auto attack did not go through. Oh, but she's going to get Jinx ulted from downtown. Oh, Zan's in some trouble. Zan does go down again. Being a bit of a feeder, despite a very good performance this game.
We have Malphite already, you know. They might try ending.
Very true. This is definitely a position to end. Most of the team's down, although Lucian just came back up. He could go for a kill on this, and he will get it, but he does not survive this Malphite. And we have a Ryze TPing in.
Wants to pad the KDA a bit.
That is almost definitely game. 24-minute game end. In this UVA LCS match.
Pad the Nami KDA?
Gives a kill to Nami along with 400 gold. And that was a rough game for red side. Very strong showing from blue.
Exactly who I was looking for.
All right. Do we want to do some post-game interviews?
Yeah, we got Lucid right here.
Oh. Hello there.
Hi.
So, I'm seeing it just now. Top damage in that game. Very. How was that game?
It was good. Early landing phase went better than imagined. I got the early push into the Syndra, which is really hard. He didn't really challenge my push.
Right.
Our mid game was pretty good. Jungler was really strong the whole game. I didn't expect Kha'Zix to pop off.
Oh, there we go.
I don't think anyone expected Zan Kha'Zix to pop off, although I was excited to see
What
it.
do you mean no one expected it?
Yeah, I thought it was just like
Brutal.
someone like Iron 3 play around now.
Zan,
man.
I love you, but no one expects you popping off. But we love to see
I
it.
I I don't know. I mean, okay. After week one, I thought I was him. After week two, I got gapped by a silver jungler playing a Mumu. And then week three, honestly, I think the only reason it really happened was because we got a really good bot play early, which was bot was our only losing lane in theory. So killing Lucian Nami early with Jinx Nautilus
Definitely,
made the game a lot easier.
definitely in theory, the Lucian Nami lane should have bullied that bot lane. What did you
Yeah,
think of? What do you think of that? Like, basically, like no pressure from that Lucian Nami, and then until like Nautilus gets off that engage, and you're able to come in for the gank.
yeah. I mean, it worked out. We knew not that Nocturne was starting bot side because I warded his Raptors. So if he's starting bot side, Pat top, because like top lane didn't need help. He's playing Malphite into Wukong with an AD jungler. So I just path bot, and there was no Nocturne to counter gank. Um, and then Jinx baited him in by almost dying in the river. So yeah, it worked out. I think the only once we knew they were gonna pick Lucian Nami because we knew Emily was gonna play Nami after the Lucian blind pick, but Jinx is really strong, and I think Nautilus is good for having more map pressure than Nami did if they didn't lose lane early, and so it worked out. And also, I
And
just got to do Kyle because I kind of limit tested. All three of my deaths were just me completely running it down. I canceled an auto attack on Nami at the end of the game, so she lived on 1 HP. That was brutal.
And we
But
zoomed in
not
on
wrong.
that.
yeah, yeah, it was brutal. That's okay. And I also died trying to kill Nami in her own bush because I don't know, I was hungry and fish sushi tasty. But I know it was good.
All right, Nick. Any
I
questions?
yeah.
Any questions, Nick?
And
For
now,
our winners over here.
No.
Well,
I'm
sounds
glad
like
to know
not.
that I silenced the haters of my Kha'Zix.
Very true. That was
It is-
definitely a dominating jungle performance. Very strong. You were all like anytime we were looking for at the objective, you were there. Only time I was really surprised that you didn't go for it was the first dragon. Red side managed to
Oh,
jump
we
on
didn't
that.
see them. They weren't on the pink ward.
It's true, they
So
weren't.
what about the
so
Drake?
it was Infernal Drake, and so we had a pink ward that was at the back. So we didn't see them. So the second it spawned, we just didn't see the dragon once it moved out because we warded it afterwards. And yeah, I mean, in theory, we should have known they were there. But yeah, no, we were really surprised when it just died. We were like, oh shit, they're just on dragon, and then they were. Yeah, yeah, that was just vision gap. But yeah,
Definitely a good priority move that they made in that moment.
yeah,
It's minor, just a minor lapse on a otherwise very strong performance.
thank you. Yeah,
But
my
yeah,
goat mid laner as usual.
then yeah,
600 CS at 10 minutes.
yeah, of course.
So yeah,
What you love to see on a good UVA LCS team is a good, strong mid jungle combo. That's gonna be it for today.
yeah,
Thank you
yeah.
all for coming and watching. Thank you guys for playing, and we'll
Yeah.
see you
GG's
all
to team.
next time.
Yeah,
Yeah. So yeah.
GG's team player on top.